हेलो फ्रेंड्स, प्रीवियस लेक्चर में हमने काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंसेस में फर्स्ट काइंड कंप्लीट कर लिया था विच वाज असर्टिव और डिक्लेरेटिव सेंटेंस. इस लेक्चर में आई वुड बी कवरिंग व्हाट इज इंटेरोगेटिव सेंटेंस. सो इंटेरोगेटिव सेंटेंस is a sentence which asks question. Interrogative sentence is a sentence which asks a question. It is further classified into two kinds. दो तरीके के होते हैं interrogative sentence. First is yes no question. Interrogative sentence further classified into two kinds. First is yes no type question and the second is WH questions. Now let's understand what is the meaning of yes no type question. Yes no type questions are those questions which requires an answer in either yes or no. Let's take an example. If I say, are you enjoying online classes? This is a question. Are you enjoying online classes? Now the answer which I'll get from your side, it will be either in yes or the answer will be no. You may say yes, we are enjoying online classes. You may also say no, we are not enjoying online classes. Hence, this type of question comes in the category of yes, no question. Another example. Do you play cricket? See, the very first thing, how to identify whether it is an interrogative sentence or not. So we are very well aware if we have this mark of interrogation at the end of a sentence, then it falls under the category of interrogative sentence. So this is an interrogative sentence. Now further classification of interrogative sentence is whether it is yes no question or WH question. As we can read, do you play cricket? And the answer will be either yes, yes, I can play cricket, or no, no, I cannot play cricket. Hence, this is again falling in the category of yes, no type question. Second important thing to keep in mind regarding this is the yes, no type question always starts with an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs means helping verbs. They are like, if I use are, do, will, can, etc. These are all the examples of auxiliary verbs, also known as helping verbs. So if a question is starting with the auxiliary verb, then it is under the category of yes no type question. So I explained you about yes no type question, and the another kind of interrogative sentence is WH question. WH questions are those questions which start with a question word. Like you can see, I have written 5 sentences over here. What kind of stories do you like? How do you do? When is your birthday? Which is your book? Why are you talking? So you can see these are the question words. And most of the question words are starting with WH. As most of the question words are starting with WH, hence we have given the name to this type as WH question. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि how question WH question की category में नहीं आएगा. That is also a question word. But as most of the question words, they are starting with WH, hence we call them as WH family or WH questions. So what we studied today that interrogative sentence is that sentence which asks a question. It is further classified into two kinds. First was yes no type question and another is WH question. Yes no type questions are those questions which start with an auxiliary verb and the answer you will get will be either in yes or in no. Whereas the WH question you will find starting with the question words, and most of the question words they start with WH. That's why they are termed as WH question. So I hope now you can easily tell what are interrogative sentences. Now the third kind of sentences is imperative sentence. Now what are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are those sentences which we can say it is a sentence which expresses command, expresses request or expresses an advice. We know what is a command, what is the meaning of request and what is the meaning of advice. If we find any sentence from which we can easily understand that it is a command given or it is a request being placed or it is an advice being given by someone, then such sentences fall under the category of imperative sentences. And imperative sentences always end with a full stop. Remember this. Assertive sentences end with a full stop and imperative sentences also end with a full stop. Whereas interrogative sentences, they end with a question mark and exclamatory sentences end with the sign of exclamation. This is something which is going to help you to identify that which kind of sentence it is. So I have written three sentences over here which we are going to discuss right now. First is go away. Go away, suppose if somebody is saying, your teacher is saying go away. That means it is a command given by your teacher to go away. So it's a command which is ending with a full stop. Second is please close the door. Now the word please, you can see, please itself shows that it is a request. Please close the door. Third, do your homework regularly. We can say it is an advice given by the person. Another important thing which you all should keep in mind is it depends on the tone of the speaker whether it is a command or it is a request or it is an order. It is an advice given. It depends upon the tone. Now when I wrote these sentences, you can clearly see that it is difficult to understand that ये sentences किससे कहे जा रहे हैं, isn't it? So let me tell you that in imperative sentences में जो subject होता है, that is understood, not mentioned. It is implied and the subject is always you. Like if I say you go away, you please close the door, you do your homework regularly. In this, you is not mentioned but it is understood. It is implied always. For example, if there is an exercise in which you are asked to identify the subject as well as the predicate, and if somebody gives you go away or somebody says the sentence is given sit down, then how will you identify the subject in this? As this is an imperative sentence because it is a command given, and in imperative sentences the subject is always you. Just keep this in mind. In imperative sentences the subject is always you, which is implied, which is hidden, which is not stated. Alright, so this was all about the imperative sentence. About the exclamatory sentences, I'll cover the last kind of sentence in my next lecture. Till then, thank you.